See you later, buddy.
I think he's T.A. Jones's little brother.
Oh, well, that explains it.
All right, so you're working for SXW, I guess?
It was, yeah, SXW, or it was SEW then.
Oh, it was SEW?
But he changed it to SXW years later. So
Because they can't decide on how they want to spell the word extreme?
Exactly. Yes. I think a lot of people were getting it confused with Southeastern wrestling.
Right.
So I can see that letter change in there to differentiate his product.
Okay,
So,
and who was on the roster? Anybody we'd know, or?
as far as local level, we had myself. I was working as Aaron Blaze. Had my friend Lawrence, who was working a gimmick Anubis, which is a great gimmick, by the way. I mean, great concept coming out as an Egyptian god, Avatar.
Okay.
Told him he needed to really get a mask for it. It would have been much better, at least to pull off. But
Sure.
of course, you need something called charisma.
And he didn't have it?
Didn't. I mean, he's he could have been a great wrestler, but he had great vision, but he just couldn't pull it off personality-wise. So you had what the hell did we have? Had a guy named Big John Harley, great guy.
I've heard that name before. I don't know if I ever met him.
If you either have, you have him. He's 6'9".
Really?
He's this huge guy, man. And I remember being a green dig, looking at this guy, going, "Oh my God, he's gonna kill me. He's gonna crush me." Because I had to take power bombs from him.
Right.
But I mean, he was just so gentle. I mean, he never took liberties on green dick liberties or anything like that. He was just up and just let yourself fall.
Right.
He was a really, really good guy. World Picture was on the show. Of course, he was the booker and the promoter.
What was his work name?
The Backstreet Brawler.
Backstreet Brawler. Okay.
So I think he had Trooper on that show.
Okay.
And that's really it that I can remember. So that was like 9 years ago. So
Now, this is the promotion where I think it was BTY. I might be getting the guys confused, but he said he worked for a promotion. Everybody had like a ripped off gimmick, like I think BTY was supposed to be related to The Rock, and
this is and actually that happened after I moved back from Pensacola back to Mariana after I got done with college, and I actually stopped working for about a year and a half after the PWA run.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I just want to go work, I want to go wrestle. So get back with Will. He's like, sure, I'd love to have you. Go up to the farm center, wrestle. And I go in and I start meeting these kids. And here's BTY, and he's talking to me. I think he's like 16 years old at the time, which I'm like, how the hell are you 16 wrestling?
Mm-hmm.
You should be at least training. And he told me his gimmick name. He was the Jock, Joey Maivia. And I just...
He did the jock bottom.
the jock bottom.
I was really like, what the fuck? Really? Come on, seriously, what's your name? Nah, that's my name.
And there was a couple more he said, but I can't remember.
He had his partner. He was Dustin Michaels. So
it was a Shawn Michaels thing.
Yeah. Then they got this other guy, Scott Austin, the cousin of Steve Austin, even though he's older. I mean, or nephew of Steve Austin.
Yeah.
I mean, it's weird shit. And I'm like, guys, man, what are y'all doing? Y'all are so... Which, those guys hadn't had that exposure to to real wrestling. That's all they had was that little promotion. So where I'm coming from, Pensacola, and working with Bobby Doll, and getting to travel and get out there a little bit.
Right.
And then coming back and like, you guys have like the greatest venue in the Southeast.
Yeah.
And you are so fucking it up.
Yeah.
And I think the best match we had was on that card. Worked a guy named Johnny 8-Ball. And his brother, I can't remember the guy's name, was in his corner, and I had
I've seen him work, yeah.
And I had Mr. Fantasy in my corner,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, we just beat the crap out of each other. Had a great finish. It was beautiful. So, and then of course, crickets for the rest. I was like, my God, here we go.
Let's see. Did you go straight from SXW to PWA?
Pretty much so. In a nutshell, there's a couple little in between promotions. In between, moved over here, was trying to find some work. First person I actually met in this town was Bobby Wilson.
Okay.
I'd actually had researched some promotions over in the area. His was the only number working. Called him up. He's like, "Oh, when you get to town, come see me." So get into town, call him up, go over to his house. Here's this drunk old guy living in a trailer park. In pulls Steve Savage, who is pretty cool. It's pretty laid back, showing us all porn from some shit in Mississippi.
Nice.
Yeah, it's nothing like
homemade porn.
There's like pictures, like homemade pictures,
okay.
like with some chicks hacked up roast beef.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, and then pulls up Danny Rowland.
Okay.
And so I'm sitting in the trailer, showing him my little promo video, my 3 matches.
Yeah.
And listen over and here's Bobby Wilson talking carny to Danny Rowland, to which I'm like, this fucker's trying to work me.
Right.
So Danny and I get ready to leave. Danny's like, man, why don't you come ride with me? And I'm very, very paranoid of strangers.
Mm-hmm.
Really, and I'm like, dude, I don't really. He's like, man, it's fucking alright. Just come car. It's like, okay, dude, but if I end up dead, it's your ass. Not like I'm gonna do anything dead. So we drive off, get in, get some food at Crystal's, and he's like, you do know that Bobby's trying to work you, right? I'm like, yeah. I kind of figured that shit out, dude. He's like, yeah, he thinks you're a college guy, got money. I'm like, yeah.
Oh, he's trying to work you out of some money?
It's trying to work me, thinking I'm a money mark. And I'm like, dude, whatever, man. So Danny gives me Bobby Doll's phone number.
Okay.
I called up Bobby Doll, and stuff just kind of fell into place. And went from there right into little PWA. Actually, even before PWA, because we did the Biloxi show. Little benefit show. I think so.
Oh, Wool Market, Mississippi? Is that the...
No, it wasn't Wool Market. We actually did
casino?
It was like the fucking... It was
Toys
like
for
the
Tots?
Biloxi Coliseum. It was like some...
The Big Boy Toy Show.
Yeah, the Big Boy Toy Show.
Oh, okay.
We had a cage match and everything. It was great. Met Rod
Price?
Rod Price was there.
Okay.
So I remember walking by as I forgot knowing my match, and I got the shit beat out of me.
Who'd you work?
I worked a tag match with Red and Corn Bread, and I cannot remember who my tag partner was. But I was still green, so I just pretty much just took a bump, laid there, took a bump, laid there, took a bump, laid there.
Okay.
But it was a good learning experience. Big crowd. It was my first experience of wrestling was just a sideshow.
Yeah.
But long drive all the way from Pensacola to Biloxi. But I loved it. It was beautiful. So,
And you were living in Pensacola at this point?
yeah, I was living in Pensacola then. Didn't get paid, but Bobby paid for dinner,
Okay.
and that was great. So I was like, that's so badass.
That's not bad if you're green.
No. I got food out of it. I was like, hell yeah. Met Johnny Hollywood.
What were your first impressions of that guy?
This guy is fucking whacked out of his brain. I mean, he is just out there. I'm like, dude, he's on meth. And then I find out that he's drunk
Yeah.
all the time. So, but he was cool. He never did anything bad to me or anything like that, or anything to piss me off. It was comedy.
Yeah.
Pure comedy act. And for some reason, he took a liking to me. He always wanted to you really need to let me be your manager, Aaron. I can do great for your career. I'm like, but you're
It's pretty good Johnny Hollywood.
You're a heel manager, and I'm a babyface. Fuck it, fuck it. They'll do what I tell them. And I'm like, okay. So then
You
thought
he ran things, I guess.
I guess so. I guess it stems back when he was a roadie for Faster Pussycat. But he had great stories of partying with Sebastian Bach and watching him OD. I'm like, geez, that's awesome.
Then I'm sure we're all bullshit.
Oh, I'm quite sure. But the fucker can't drive.
Really?
I was riding up with Bobby working GWF up in Alabama with Mad Dog Sawyer.
Is that in Birmingham?
Yeah, out of Birmingham. We're actually going to Columbiana. We're running a skating rink.
Oh, okay.
Fucking Johnny Hollywood misses the fucking exit.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of going to the next exit up,
Right.
which is a couple miles down the road, and you still end up in the same place,
Which would be the normal thing to do.
fucker stops
On the
on
interstate?
65 in the breakdown lane, puts Bobby's van in reverse, and backs all the fucking way back to the exit to get on. Bobby's screaming and yelling. I'm just like, I'm gonna fucking die. I skipped fucking Western civilization for this shit.
Nice.
Yeah.